everybody. My name is Azande, Ndebele, and my business name is Slobo Designs. The name Slobo Designs. The name in Zulu, it means, actually in English, it means a relative, a family, a friend. So each and every person around you, most of the people around you, they call me Slobo. They don't call me Azande, because that's how I actually wanted it to be like that. I wanted to walk my brand. So Slobo, we marrying cultures together to bring out a product. So if I have to marry into an Indian culture, I take Azande as Zulu and taking myself into, or we become one with that Eastern marriage, Indian culture, and we become one. So how I do that, I marry cultures together to bring out a product. As you can see, I've got just a normal dress, a fabric, but I've married it with an African Zulu beaded culture. So I've got the beaded accessories, as you can see. I've got handcrafted genuine leather bags. So your genuine leather bags are your kudu, your buffalo, and your cow. Why significantly these three? It's because the cow, when you go and do the lobola negotiations, where you're marrying, taking that slobo, like my brand is saying, where you're marrying into another culture, we use a cow to do that lobola negotiations. And also a buffalo, hello there, it's on the 20 rand notes. So I'm really like, you know what, as much as we are looking like this and we're looking good, but there must be the touch of culture, so that I always say, let Slobo speak for you. You know, if you go into an international market or you go somewhere, they will see the beads and they know most of the time those bright, colorful beads. I resonated with South Africa and with Durban. So they will see you wearing that. You will pop in the crowd. You walk in and people will be like, hey, where are you from? We love your beads. And that's breaking the ice, and we say, allow Slobo to speak for you. So we've got that as well. And just basically it. So we do a lot of collaborations with, right now, as I came back from China, I did a collaboration with the Chinese and just with people around, and I'm also a speaker. I do a lot of business coaching, life coaching. I used to do KZN Top Model, South Africa, just coaching the ladies on how to walk on stage, how to command confidence and attention amongst the crowd. So I do so much, but anything and everything that has to do with women upskilling. Because I've got ladies as well that are sitting out there and they're saying, Azande, we're not doing anything. What is it that you can bring for me? Can you borrow me a 20 rand? And I'm like, no, I can't give you all the time. Let me teach you a skill, because if you've got a skill, then you can create wealth with your hands. Everything is like handmade for now. A reason for that is you can't be sitting with wealth. When the monies come through and then we're able to buy machinery, then it's fine. But that machinery will find us along the journey as we walking. And I believe that if you walk alone, you're going to walk fast because you don't have anybody around you. But if we walk together as women, as whoever that's there that's needing to be taught, we will walk far. And that's what we need. We need to walk far together and have the sustainable income. So that's what I'm bringing as Slobo Design, teaching, upskilling, community development, and saying, you know what, from this raw piece, this is what you can get. And there's no color. Let's work together and make it happen. Well, it's a very weird one. So I went to, I did standard three times. So I was obviously in Umlazi. I started my first year, grade 1, up until standard 3. I don't even know what is it, grade 5. Yeah, standard 3. And then I went to an Indian school when it was 94. And then they said to us, nah, your English is not good as our English, as the English the English in the communities like Umlazi is not good as the one in the Indian one. And then they said, do standard 3 again. Then I went to Seaview Primary School, because it's where we relocated from Umlazi to Seaview. And then they said again, you need to do our English, not the Indian English. I was like, okay, it is what it is. So I did 3, and then after that, I was one of the prefects in Queensborough Girls in Malvern. So that's where I matriculated, and that's where I actually got a break from doing Toastmasters, because there's a lady, Mrs. Pina, that actually identified me, and she said, Azande, there's something about you, I would like you to do Toastmasters. So I believe that God prepares you for what is already prepared for you. You just need to trust the process. So I was prepared then for me to stand out in the crowd and speak, and like I'm sitting here, to have that confidence. It was through Toastmasters, I believe that. And then I did dental technology, but I hated it, because you know how parents are. Oh, we want a doctor in the house. We want a teacher in the house. We want this. And I just didn't want that. I wanted to be with the crowd. I wanted to speak. I wanted to mingle with the people and say, listen, this is who I am. And so I did that, but after like 2 years, I just got the best out of it. And a breakthrough, I was working at the Holiday Inn as those extra mural things that you would do, extra petty cash that you could get. So I was a waitress. Then there was a lady that I served that day, and she was the manager of Standard Bank in Musgrave then. And she was like, I love how you are just talking to us and how you are, just engaging with us. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing dental technology, and I hate it. I'm looking for something. And she's like, please, can you come through on Monday? Let's see what we can do. We do an interview. And that was my break for 18 years. So I worked in the bank for 18 years from sales, teller, up to a bit of forensics. And then I was done. Then we got retrenched. So the retrenchment, you know how it is. You got everything. You got a beautiful job. You're in a comfort zone. You're doing you, and this happens. And I was like, my goodness, what am I going to do? But the people that I knew around, so I would speak around, ask around, just guys, I'm no longer having a job. Do you have anything that is there for me? And then I got an opportunity to go and do before the Marikana massacre. So they said to me, Azande, come, you'll be in the surface and work in the finance department. But before you be in the surface, you need to go underground and see how it's like underground. Then I understood, okay, it makes sense at this Standard Bank for you to start and be something, you need to start at the tellers and inquiries and work your way up. So I started doing that, and then this one day, little did I know that they had a strike with they said the foreigners, which is us, people that don't speak proper Tswana and proper Sotho, because we would go to Putatichaba. And as we were done, because we'd go with the bus, take us there, and then bring us back to the site, I didn't know that there was a strike. So I'm going back home now. There's a lady that's sitting at the back. I'm going to drop her in Carltonville, because I was staying in Potchefstroom. And I just heard the chanting, horse, horse. And I'm thinking, what is happening here? Mind you, I don't know what's happening. I don't know there's a strike. Whoa, I see my car is just surrounded by these mobsters. These guys are just so in an angry mood. They just started pouring petrol in my car. I promise you, that rain that you will think it's rain and you see it on the windscreen falling down, it wasn't rain, it was petrol. Then this one guy, he started, as he was lifting his match up, because my God, as he was dropping it, somebody would call my name, Azande. Because I grew up in a spiritual background and family, I thought it was the angels calling me and saying, Azande, come, you are dead, or whatever. And no, it's a reality. The guy did it again. As he lifted it up, he drops it. Again, somebody calls my name. She comes back and she comes to me, this lady that was calling my name. She's like, aren't you Azande? I'm like, yeah, remember I'm crying, it's not a key. I'm like, so. And she's like, Azande Ndebele. I'm like, yes. Standard Bank Kilani. I'm like, okay, this woman knows me. And then she goes, stop! You will be dining as a queen in my house. And I'm thinking, oh, she gonna be killing me, this one. I wonder what I did. Only to find out that I assisted her then when she came to the bank and she needed finances, desperately needed finances for her gran. And, in those times they would say, 3 to 4 working days, and it was a Friday for her funds to get released. I still, even till today, I don't remember. You know, when you do things out of a good heart and not want something in return, you don't remember such things. You just do it because you just want to serve. I believe that serving is the most important thing. It will open doors that no man can shut. So this lady, she's like, you helped me, and it was my gran was really ill, and she needed to go into for an operation. And when I walked in the bank, you said, our system's offline. Really? 100% chance? How many times do they call you back if they take your details? Likely 20, 15, 5, 4%. And that day I did it. And it approved. It wasn't me, it was a BRI, a behavioral scoring of how she was conducting her accounts. But it approved that day. So when it approved, I called her and she said, I'm coming to you. And I went to her and I'm thinking, me, with my heels, I would walk Bromfontein, but I walked to her office and she signed and I said, and she's like, I really need today. And I said, I'll try and see what I'm gonna do. It takes 3 to 4 working days. You're supposed to be getting it on Thursday next week, but I'll see. And God, it was approved. We approved it. We cleared it. So that day when she saw me, she actually took her gogo in, her gran, and she was alive then. And she said, Azande, I would like you to see my gran. You know, when I saw that gran, the way she teared, because I gave her life, not me, but the way I served them. And within a week, she passed on. I feel that she was just waiting for me to say, thank you, my child. But because of that, that's when I realized that there's no young and old. There's no big and small. God is not a respecter of man. We are all one. So I normally tear because of it really resonates with now and where I see Azande in Slobo Design being at. It's that I respected young and small, and I didn't say, because I know it all, I'm good in marketing, you are nothing. I serve from the heart. So, yeah. So now, then my mom's like, Azande, just come back. It's not happening. I'm scared that they're going to really kill you because you've given another chance. So I came back, and then that's where I got an opportunity to... My aunt is like, Azande, you know people, please can you go into a community and just look for a community and let's teach them a skill. I'm like, but I don't have a skill. What am I going to do? Do a due diligence around the community. Look around. I went to go and check the communities to see what is it that the women and the old age ladies like the gogos are doing when the kids are at school. Hey, they're doing beadwork. They're doing pottery. They're getting mud from their backyard. They're doing reed dance, like your dance, Zulu dance. Others are doing skin. They're doing sewing. I'm like, okay, I like this. Then I decided to go to a school there, which was Ngwenyam Somi School. It was a very poor school, still there, but it's grown. And I spoke to the SGB, the school governing body. I spoke to the teachers, and they said, we love what you're going to do. Can I bring an extramural thing for them kids? If they finish school, they stand on the streets, they do drugs, teenage pregnancy. Can I maybe just lower that down and I teach them in school? It was amazing what I saw there, the way the kids were so receptive. There was this one boy that I still even remember now. We would teach him Latin American dance, the way he would move his hips. And I went to one of the teachers and I said, this guy, this boyki, please tell me more about him. How is he in class? The dumbest. And he really wanted to leave school. But because of what we brought to community, he excelled in dancing. Through dancing, it brought that life, it brought that confidence that when one is picking their hands up in class, but he's going to show off. So it showed that not all of us are the same. As much as we have this hand, but it's got different fingers, but working together, it makes something. It can hold and grow and build. That's when I realized again, no man, there's something about this. Mind you, I don't have a slobo then. And then I started doing a brand of my own. I was like, you know what? I love what I'm doing. I love this community work. I see people that are coming back to me and saying, Azande, you've identified me and you've taken me to when you've got talks. While I'm talking, she's busy because I see she's good in class with beadwork. She's busy making an ear or she's making a wristband or something. From there, she took the money that I would, because I would buy that from her and say, here, now you've got money in your pockets, do your hair. Go and feed your family. Don't ask that man that's just really abusing you because you don't have anything, you don't have a say. You're going to just say, okay, sir, hit me, give me AIDS, do whatever. It's okay because I don't have. Stand up, girl, and be confident. I've given you something. And today she's a teacher because of the monies that I've just given her, and just not given, but just paid and said thank you for what you've done. So I would take that for myself and then obviously resell it or give it out. But it was something in our pockets, and then that's how I started Slobo Designs. It shows even in your business, it shows even in your product, your end product, that this hand, no. She was not okay, but you see a happy hand. So a stitch will tell a story. My leadership style is also, it's just that for one, where I would do that SWOT analysis, and two, when you speak to the people that are, I don't want to call them employees, the family that you're working with, you tell them this is your business. If you are not going to give your best, we're not going to grow. I'm not going to go and get business. Because if you're not going to give what you're giving me your best, how will I sell it to? I can't even wear it myself. I can't even carry this. So do something that at the end of the day, when we grow, you grow. So it becomes that. Now, when I came back from China and I came back with big orders, I tell them, guys, this is you, it's not me. You did it. I went out there and I did marketing of what you guys are doing and what you guys did. So let's continue. This is a very, wow, it's humbling. It's the 21st CAE. It's called China Asian Expo. So it's all the countries all around in China and everywhere. And we actually went through TI KZN Trading Industry. KZN, they actually chose 9 entrepreneurs to go there. They say from KZN, they sing and they see what they're doing, and they're doing for the community. And so when we got there, I won this year. This is a silver one. I came actually second out of the whole of the expo, the CAE Expo, which I've never received an award. This was my first one, and it was international, global. This includes your popularity. It includes because it was Foreign Affairs that actually chose me. It includes that every time, who would you ever remember in this expo? It was Slobo Design, that girl from South Africa. Who would you ever remember and you would want back next year? Slobo Designs. What would you, if you're going somewhere and you're walking around, what are you seeing most? We see that Slobo genuine handcrafted leather bag from that lady. What would you know about Durban, South Africa? There are women out there who are pushing through no matter what to make it happen, and she deserves it. So this is not for Azande or Slobo Designs. It's for each and every entrepreneur, black, white, green, yellow, that are really trying and that are not heard. They're not giving up, and they're saying, we're going to press through until it happens. If it could happen to Azande, Ndebele, Slobo Design from Durban, South Africa, it could happen to them. So this is for the South Africans and the entrepreneurs. My goal is to be really global. I do have a shop in Dong'an in China, and I have a lot of consignments which are really working for me in Germany, Munich, Germany, and Mauritius. So I do have a lot of, it's starting to get there, but I just really want to be global, where I do massive, beautiful production of taking it to wherever that they want. I want to do a supply chain. I want to distribute and also have those authentic, customized pieces where I put in Oyster Box, I put in Riverside Hotel, I put in here, Radisson, where when somebody has come in and they came in for a conference, they want to bring something home. My bags don't carry a lot of weight in your luggage. You just take that, you wrap it, and you put it in. So what have I solved for my customers? I've solved that you don't have to go out there in that busy crowd, in the traffic, in that crime area if there is. I'm here for you to bring it at the comfort of your place, comfort zone, and you just get it. You tap, you pay, you transfer. It is what it is. I'm happy, you happy. It's just the faith, it's the people, it's the family, it's people really working very hard. It's even men that you know what, that have focus in what they're doing. You know, I always say, yes, money is there, but I see you when you're doing that petrol attendant. I see you when you sweeping that street. You're not sitting out there, or you're not out there and robbing us. You're doing something for your family. If you could do that, there's so much that you could do. Even as women as well. I see you sitting there. I've got a table actually. I ran away from COVID. I saw a lot of things. I learned a lot of things. So I've got a table in Glenwood Village, and they always say to me, Azande, but why don't you have a building? I'm like, I don't want to have a building. I want to have this table to show that from small beginnings you can be something. Because there's somebody who's got a table and they can do it. I mean, who's got an idea, or they can do something, but they can't afford to go and pay 15, 20,000. So what is a table? And people are looking at me. Sometimes they would laugh at me and say, oh, you're so pretty. You speak well. You can have a table, but why are you sitting here? My goodness, it will be cold. It will be cold like crazy, but I'm still sitting there because I know where I'm going with this. So there are times where you just need to press on and stick on your lane and say, my vision is this. I'm going to go and grab it. I see it. It's there. Be motivated by other people as well. I've overcame challenges just knowing who I am. Also knowing who I am in Christ. Knowing who I am, that in the midst of everything, I still have that support structure. Be it a family, it's church, it's people around me, it's work colleagues, that whatever storms come, I'm just rooted. Yes, I will shake, but I'm still standing. COVID was crazy, but what I did, I was like, you know what? A lot of people come to me and say, Azande, please, let's do this, let's do that. And if my spirit man, that peace I don't have, I would say no. And I remember I actually even rejected a very big order because I didn't feel it right. And it was a good move that I actually listened to that voice, because after like a month, they were actually insolvent, and it was a bad one. But thank you for that, because when I stopped that, because I listened to that inner man, I actually got a big order where I needed to do mask for the KZN Department of Education. Be rooted, be on your lane. I can't wear your shoes. The challenges that you would have in your lane, they're designed for you. I've got my challenges in my lane, so why am I stepping in somebody else's lane? Because if I fall on your lane, will I be able to pick myself up? But I know if I fall on my lane, I will, because it's distant and it's mine. I do a lot of Pilates. And because I don't eat meat, so I make sure I walk a lot. I drink a lot of water, like no crazy. And I work also at the Bible Institute in a church, Durban Christian Center. So I work there part-time, and I just serve. You know, when you come to DCC, the first person that you see with the big smile, be it 5 o'clock in the morning or 5 in the evening, 1700s, you will just see that smile, because I believe when somebody walks in there, you don't know where they come from. Maybe they're just coming for the last time and saying, Lord, I'm just going to kill myself because it's too much for me. But when they see that smile and somebody embracing them and say, hey, I haven't seen you for ages, and you don't even know the person, they relax. You call them Stubble, hey, how you doing? They're like, does this person know me? My goodness, somebody really loves me like she does. Look at her. And then, you know, it brings that I can do it. Okay, let me just live for her. I've got a lot of those. You would get a lot of feedback. I would get a lot of feedback from people saying that. So that's how I relax. People relaxes me. Surroundings, young and old, relaxes me. Talking, giving advice, going out there, coaching. And saying, you know what, I see a potential. Come to me. Let's see what we can do. Shadow me for Mahala. Let's do it. I want you to grow. I want you to drive that. I want you to stay there. I want you to have that rep that you can. And not say, how I wish, but I can't afford. Have that coffee. Have that juice. Have that sweet. And say, I'm looking like this. I'm chewing on this. It's my money. I worked hard for it.